Hey, kitty. If you're gonna do this, you're gonna go down there.
Alright, let's see if this is working. I hope it is.
Hey, hey, hey. I have to put you outside if you're gonna do this. Come here. You're gonna stay right here on my lap. Hey. That's it. You're going outside. Told you had to be good. But you're not gonna listen to me. Hey, hey.
Cats. Okay.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the ACRL. My name is Complex, bringing you another race here. This week we have EU Pro GT3 at Donington, and we have a bit of a problem right now, so we're going to have to fix it. So give me a brief moment here. Alright, let's try this one more time. Okie day, I think we're gonna do alright here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Complex, bringing you this race here at Donington. This is the ACRL EU Pro GT3 series. This is our first race back here in the GT3 main series since the 1.3 patch. So we're going to see how the drivers have definitely been able to handle this. We have a light turnout for EU this week. It's kind of interesting. Usually the EU Pro is quite full, but today we have a light turnout. So right now, let's give you a quick rundown. Up front in front, we have Albert Sultan in the McLaren of McSultan's Racing, followed by Tony Rubigello. Next is Haney, followed by Megadeth. Tumas rounds out our top 5. Monolith in 6th. Rune in 7th. Petrol in 8th. Anders in 9th. 10th, we got Robble. Algurke in 11th. 12th is Phenom, and he's sitting in the pits. XO8 in 13th. 14th place, we have Nico. 15th, GTO. And 16th, we've got Vaffle. Like I said, light field this week. Should be interesting nonetheless. A couple new additions here. We do have a chat function, so if you guys want to like say something like hello. Of course, it's in the wrong spot because I'm an idiot. Perfect. All right, we're working. Yeah. Okay. So let's jump on board. Oh, looks like Haney takes the lead lap with a lead time with a 1:28.6. About 14 minutes left to go in qualifying here. I'm gonna follow on board with Haney for a little bit, see what how he's doing. Another tight race here. We had to wait for 2 weeks actually, and because we needed to make sure that our cars were balanced. The 458 GT3 that we run is a modified version of the GT2 version that is in a set of courses, so we needed time to make sure it was balanced. So far, it's been proven to be fairly well balanced, though it looks as if next season it will be removed, unfortunately. But that is up to the mods to decide, but we will see what ends up happening. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be sitting there for a little bit, so we'll jump back out. Second place, Albert Sultan here. He's only 0.3 of a second behind. See what he's able to pull off. Tires definitely a little stiffer than last time, so you can't really lean on them as much as you want. We've also increased our starting grip up a little bit. Went from starting at 96 up to 100. We now start everything at 97. If memory serves me correct. So you'll definitely be seeing some interesting... We may see some interesting racing here, especially with as tight a track as this one is. Looks like Albert pulls into the pits, and then Megadeth actually just put down another fast lap. He's a little bit faster than Albert, only by about 0.03 of a second, or 0.03 of a second. Definitely going to be some close racing here. First and last place are only separated by about 1.5 seconds as far as their lap times go. So we will probably end up seeing some very close battling here, and especially with a small field. We have a lot of our high stakes, or not really high stakes. We have a few of our race leaders, or for the season leaders, I should say, that are actually not present for this race, which is actually quite interesting. I'm not entirely sure what's going on and why we have such a low turnout, but it's going to be what it's going to be for this time around. So we got about 10 minutes left here in qualifying. Right now, your first place leader is Haney with a 1:28.6, which is very fast. Followed him up with Megadeth, So he's pulling into the pits this time around. Look, he's going to do maybe grab another set of tires and kind of go for a few more laps here. Albert is in third with a 129.0. Again, only a difference of about 2 to 3 hundredths of a second, give or take. So it should be very interesting to see what how the top three are going to be battling out. Fourth place behind him is Tony Rubigello. And then Tomas is in fifth. Tomas pulling out of the pits now. Probably got some more tires, some more new tires, a little bit more fuel so he doesn't get stuck out on the track. 9 minutes left to go in qualifying. And we're just getting our cameras set up here. Your chats will appear in the stream now, which is a new addition we've added, as well as the track map in the lower left. This is another new feature that we've added for this racing this week, and probably for the rest of the season. It'll be interesting to see how they play out and how well they work. So far, our development on them has been fairly well received, and it looks quite good, if you want my personal opinion. So we have a 16-man roster this week. Usually it's full. Oh, looks like Tomas gets a little wide there. Let me bring up a Donington. I gotta pull up the track corners. There we go. That is small. There we go. 11 curves. And just all out insanity. Gonna be a good time. So that being said, we got about 7 minutes now left in qualifying. Oh, we got a spin out in the back. Who's that? It looks like it's Albert. I don't know what happened there. He might have gotten a little wide or something must have happened, but he got a little... He's definitely turned around. And coming around, Goddard's probably going to pull into the pits here and reset. Well, we got a few people who have just said, okay, we're done. Oh, Haney's back out on the track now. Coming into the S's. The moderator, the mods will definitely, the league stewards, I should say, will definitely be watching a couple of these corners because there's definite time to be made up by cutting them. We will definitely be watching them greatly. About little over 5 minutes here. We're gonna follow Haney here on his flying lap. I think he's putting down right now. We'll see how he does. Coming through the canter curves into the old hairpin. We're keeping that thing nice and steady. Round McLean's into turn 8. Oh, is he getting it sideways? Nope, keeps it under control. Racing this week, like I said, is only separated about by like 1 3/4 of a second between first and last as far as qualifying times go. Some people definitely not happy with the update, though. It's ruined some of their favorite cars and made some better. Unfortunately, they're stuck with that car for the rest of the season, which is unfortunate. But only about 5 more races left in this season, and we'll be having a lot of the GT3s in quick succession since we've done 2 GTE races in a row. Haney coming around the final corner, Goddard's. Let's see if he puts down a better lap time than he did before. His best was a 1:28.6. And he does. He improves it with a 1:28.4. So he increases his lead even more. Definitely a favorite this time around. I know we got a couple people out there cheering for him. 4 minutes left. We'll jump along with Megadeth right now. See what happens. And we got about 3 minutes left here. So far, our grid consists of Haney in first place, Megadeth in second, Tony Rubigello in third, Albert Sultan in fourth, and Rune Jansen in fifth, rounding out the top 5. Top 5 is only separated by 0.6 of a second. Like I said, very close grid this week. Let's see if Megadeth can put down a better time. He's got to shave almost half a second off of his time. It's definitely going to be close for him if he wants that pole position. But I don't know. Haney has just been dominating on this track. And already improving on his lap time beforehand. 2 minutes left. That'll give the racers about 1 to 2 minutes left. Potentially 1 to 2 laps to continue to improve their lap times and or just get those last pieces of practice in. And then we're down for another 40-lap race here, which will be about an hour. Ooh, looks like Albert Sultan takes over Megadeth now. Albert Sultan, a 128.93, while Megadeth's a 129.96, so only 0.03 of a second separate them. Yeah, we're getting very close here. For those of you interested, check out ACRL on Reddit, so reddit.com/ACRL if you're interested in joining us. We definitely we have more room. We're always looking for people in the NA. We need more NA drivers. About a minute left here in qualifying. Drivers will be getting their last few laps in. And we'll see what happens here. Start's going to be interesting. That first corner is always a tough one. It'll be interesting to say the least. 20 seconds left. And with that qualifying is over, we have about a 35-second buffer zone to let last few racers finish their laps. I'm gonna see here. And Haney's in the dirt. I'm sorry. Albert's in the dirt. Tony Rubigello ends up taking third. Dumas is now up to second. So we've had quite a number of changes here, but it doesn't matter because we're heading into the race. So let's see here. Let's go through our leaderboard as we have about a 5-minute wait before the race starts. So pole sitter this week is Haney. Congrats. Followed by Dumas. And we have Tony Rubigello in third. Albert Sultan in fourth. So we have a 3-4 qualifying for McSultan's Racing. Fifth we have Megadeth 44. Sixth we have Petrol. And then in 7th place, we have Rune Jansen. 8th place, we have... Sorry. 8th place, we have Anders. Sorry, Twizzer. 9th place, we've got El Gurke. 10th place, we got XO8. Ew. 11th place, we got Monolith. 12th place, we got Vaffle. Ooh. 13th, we got Robbie Lewis. Or Robble. I say Robbie, I don't know. 14th, we got Nico. 15th, we got Phenom. 16th, we got GTO Fire. And then in 17th place, we got yours truly. I didn't qualify, but hey, who cares? So that, ladies and gentlemen, is your lineup. We're going to get lined up here for the start of the race. We got about a 3-minute countdown. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I'm excited. Been 2 weeks. Limited practice by a lot of these racers, unfortunately. But they're going to make the best of it. And they'll see how they do. As the chat is pointing out, there's only about 1.5 seconds between first and last place as far as qualifying time, so this is going to be a very close race. We also have discussion on what lap people should be crashing on, so when they know how to time their pit stops. Interesting choice of strategy, guys. I like the way you think. Let's see how it works out for you. Either way, my name is Complex. This is the ACRL EU Pro Round 5 here at Donington GP. About 2 minutes left here. We getting underway. We'll do a quick fly around the track so you guys can get familiar with it. So we got big long straightaway into the first corner. Nice little downhill section into the old hairpin. Some uphill stuff. Very, very fast, very flowing track. And a nice big long straightaway down to the chicane. This is where we're going to be seeing a lot of action, probably. Some definite good passing zones to be happening there. Down to the hairpins. This one's downhill and slightly off camber, so it's definitely a challenge for a lot of the drivers. It can be blind, especially when driving with one monitor, so definitely interesting to see how the drivers take it. And very short pit stop lane. Part of me thinks we should have taken the secondary one here. But it's going to be what's going to be. Either way, got about 45 seconds here, so we're going to get ourselves lined up here for the start of the race. Seen some revving out on the engine. People are excited. They want to get going. I know I am. I apologize for my camera work. It's atrocious, I know. Alright, 15 seconds here. We should be seeing the lights come up soon. There they are. Lights are up. We're going to run down to the first corner. 5 seconds. And they're off. So far, no incidents coming off the start line. Coming through the first corner. Everyone's nice and clean, no real problems. And down the hill. Into the old hairpin. Great start by all, no problems whatsoever. All along here with Tomas here. And he looks to be taking over, but we're going to follow here in the front. See what's going on. Oh, we got a little bit of action going on in the back as well. Haney is just taking off. It looks like Tomas is also going to start pulling away here. Let's see what kind of action. We're going to move back to fourth place. Definitely still some action going back there. We got a little bump and grind from Petrol. Coming into the hairpin. Megadeth running wide. But not wide enough. Petrol's going to fall back a little bit. Got some action going on in the back. Looks like X08 trying to fend off. There's my mouse. There it is. X08 trying to fend off Robble. Oh, we have a pass in the back. Looks like GTO Fire overtakes Vaffel. Looks like Robble's trying to get around X08, but it can't seem to do it. X08 runs wide. Was that going to give Robble? X08 running wide again, cutting that corner a little close. Into that corner. Vaffel running wide. GTO staying on track. Clean driving will definitely make you quick here on this track for sure. And jump back up to the front now. Okay, we got Megadeth. Still a nice tight pack up here. Should make for some close racing and for sure. Exaltan's Racing still has a 3-4 positioning right now. That's Tony and Albert. Got some action going on in the back there. Nico dropping a couple places. Trying to come into this corner. Looks like I'm going to break wide. X-Wait's going to probably close the door on this one. Oh, he's getting a little sideway off that rumble strip. Everyone behind him having a break. Oh, looks like Waffle is off the track and he's falling behind, unfortunately. Waffle trying to find a way around Nico. Oh, looked like Phenom there, and the Mercedes goes a little wide there on that corner. Oh, wow. That was big jump there. Oh, and GTO fires off the track. That's going to cost him dearly. Gives Waffle a chance to pass coming into the chicane. So we got a little bit of action here between El Gurke and Anders. Anders trying to get around El Gurke. Around turn one. Looks like we're going to go back to the back there because it looks like GTO Fire is still trying to make a move here on Waffle. So it looks like there's more action up front. Or there was. There was a very close gap between Tomas in second place and Tony Rubigello in third. Looks like there's some, we got packs still fairly close together in terms of distance. Heck, we are already on lap 4, ladies and gentlemen. 1/10 of the way through this race. Looks like Robble is going to try and make a move here on Nico. Nico pushing him to the inside, but is Robble going to be able to get around? Take on that inside line. Let's see what happens. Ooh. And we have an incident there. Looks like Waffle. I'm sorry. Phenom get hit by Nico. Spun him. So Robble is able to take that positioning there. Waffle here now trying to hold off both Nico and GTO Fire. Waffle still trying to hold on. Ooh, looks like Phenom getting a little fast there on his pit entry. Oh, looks like Nico trying to make a move on the outside of Waffle. Does he get it? He's got it. Now GTO Fire are going to try and make another move. And I have someone to ban in the chat. And banned. Congratulations, you're a douchebag. Looks like GTO Fire gets around Waffle. Phenom decided to pit early, probably repairing what damage he could. Smart move. So it looks like up front we have another close race going on, perhaps, between Tony. No, these top drivers are still very close together. Megadeth's trying to catch up to the McSalton's racing team. Still with their commanding presence. Right behind him we have Petrol and Rune. Rune trying to catch up to Petrol. All the way there. Yeah, Monolith now looks like he was he closed the gap here on El Gurke. It's a battle for 9th. These two are on a team as well, so we're going to see what teammates are going to do to each other. Went through these set of corners. Monolith trying to make a move. Goes a little wide. Probably going to lose some time there, but in the draft, he might be able to catch up. Into the chicane. Running that strip. Bouncing along. Oh, not sure. Let's see. He's going to try and go wide. Take the inside. Nope, not this time around. Still commanding presence up front as well. Back to these guys. Back to El Gurke and Monolith. El Gurke trying to hold off Monolith even though they are teammates. Once again, the pack is still really close together. El Gurke still holding off Phenom, or Monolith, I'm sorry. Up front, we still have Haney way out in first, just taking the lead and running with it. Unless something major happens to him, I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. Right behind him, we have Tumas. And then followed by Tony, Albert, and then Megadeth rounding up the top 5. Megadeth looks like he's going to try and make another move here. A little late breaking. And we have some lag from Petrol. Petrol is going to have to watch out for that. He may lag punch somebody. That would not be cool. We had a couple incidents of that last week. Made for some interesting racing for sure. For those of you in the chat, if the volume on the actual cars is too low, please let me know. So we're going to run through here real quick and see who's where and see what kind of positioning we've got. A couple packs kind of close to bunched up together. Looks like Nico and GTO Fire are definitely going to be battling out here. It's a three-way in the back here. Nico, GTO Fire, and Vaffle all vying for position here. They're really close together. Apparently that BMW got a nice little buff during the last performance balance patch. Oh, and looks like we have a bit of an issue. X08 got off the track or spun or something. He was off. He lost a position to Vaffle there. So we're going to jump back here. Oh, close racing there by GTO Fire and Nico. On board now with Vaffle. Looks like Phenom has called it quits. He's just sitting in the pits right now. I think his race is done. Uh-oh, watch out, Nico. You're going to have to watch that. Definitely cutting his corners there. Vaffle trying to move on the inside. Diving to the inside. Late on the brakes. Got around Nico. Very smooth move there by Phenom, but Nico ends up hitting Vaffle. Vaffle takes the spin. That is unfortunate for Vaffle. Odds may have to take a look at that. Vaffle's definitely still right on Nico's tail. Looks like Albert has dropped back a little bit in 4th place here. We have a little bit more here. You see Tumas, I'm sorry, and Tony Rubigello are definitely gaining on each other here. I'm sorry, Tony's is gaining on Tumas. These couple sections here. That Ferrari definitely has the pull off the line. But that McLaren definitely has him in the corners. You're seeing we'll be keeping an eye on these guys. Into turn one. Holding on to his lead, coming into the old hairpin. We'll see who holds more speed through this. This is a tricky section. Downhill, braking, fast corner. That's a lot of strain on the tires. A lot of G-forces being thrown around through that corner. Gotta watch that curb of death. We're running a little wide in the back section there. Jump back to 15th place here. Vaffel is still fighting Nico. Definitely attempting to gain on each other. Vaffel making strides, definitely gaining position and time here on Nico. So it's only a matter of time at this point. He was going for an outside move there potentially, but wasn't able to. But he's got the draft coming into the chicane. So we'll see what he does with it. He's shooting to the inside, hard on the brakes. Late into the corner. Ooh, and Nico shuts the door on him. That's unfortunately going to be losing Vaffel some time on Nico there. Vaffel still fighting Nico. Coming into turn one. Close racing by both of them. On board now with Vaffel. BMW definitely had the better exit through that corner. A little wide there. Vaffel having to pull off. Not a great place to pass. Ooh, Vaffel running wide. Losing a little bit of position there. Close racing going on between these two. Looks like Vaffel's going to try and make a move here. Nico probably sees him. Vaffel's pulling off. Probably a smart move going to the chicane. Nico running a little wide there, getting a little sideways, but we'll see what Vaffel's going to pull off here in these next couple corners because he definitely seems to have the speed advantage. Vaffel breaking late, getting wide. I'm sorry, that was Nico. And these two hairpins are definitely some of the most challenging points of this track. So Vaffel seeing what he can do. And unfortunately, looks like Nico's going to pull away on this straightaway. Jump up front here. Looks like Tomas is still trying to hold off Tony. Not much has changed in that terms. Looks like we also have a battle in the back between Petrol and Runes. A little bit closer going on here, so we're going to follow along with those two. Down the straightaway they come. See who's got the better speed down the straightaway. Petrol might try and hold off Rune here. The chicane, nice and clean, but looks like Runes is looking to make a move on the inside. Ooh, wow, Runes is getting sideways. Ooh, that was close. But he's still right on Petrol's tail. These two, a lot of good battles going on. Side by side, Petrol and Runes coming down the straightaway. And Runes is going to get the inside, get him on the outside. Petrol doing his best not to run into him. Nice clean pass by Runes there. On board now with Petrol. Let's see if Petrol can make something happen in these next couple corners. Petrol, ooh, might be cutting there. But then we got some track extension by both of them, so it might cancel out in the end. Looks like Petrol's going to try and make a move on the inside here. Ooh, he's backing off. Good move. But that really doesn't set up Rune for that great corner there. Or the brakes into these couple seconds. Yeah. Yes, into turn 8, coming into 9 and 10. Do the chicane. Like Rune had a bad. Did not do well through there, so Petrol's going to get him on the inside. He's definitely got better exit corner speed. Hard on the brakes. Let's see what happens. Rune's trying to take the inside line. Gonna close the door on Petrol. Good try on that from Petrol. That was through to turn 11. Coming into, I'm sorry, that was through turn 10. Turn 11. Petrol taking the inside. What's he doing? Oh, Petrol's pitting early. He's able to do that nice and cleanly. We're going to jump back here. We'll jump back to Vaffel here and Nico. This battle's still going on. Let's see. We'll run the cop down the order right now. So we have Haney out in front by a good 8 seconds or so. Almost 9 seconds ahead. Followed by Tumas. Followed by Tony. Albert Sultan in 4th, Megadeth in 5th, Rune in 6th, Anders 7th, 8 is El Gurke, 9 is Robble, XO8 has a little bit of a battle going on back here between him, and I keep losing my mouse, him and Monolith, yes. Right behind him is Petrol, who took an early pit, so he's definitely trying to get through some of the backpack. GTO Fires in 13th, Nico's in 14th, and Vaffel in 15th. Oh, and Vaffel's off the track. Petrol scoots by him. Not good. He lost all. That's a lot of time he's going to have to make up on Nico, unfortunately. And it looks like XO8 got passed by Monolith. XO8 appears to be having a few lag problems there, unfortunately. A little bit of stutter here and there. About 15 laps or 20 minutes into this race. Lots of clean driving by all. Now back here, we got Petrol. Oh, getting squirrely. Holy crap. Not sure what's going on with him, but he's getting real aggressive. Trying to get around Nico. Coming into the Melbourne hairpin. Petrol trying to make a move on the inside. Not so much. Oh, there's a contact there I missed, unfortunately. We'll stay with this battle for right now because he's pretty close. Petrol and Nico. fighting for 13th place. I should also mention, ladies and gentlemen, that this race, everybody will be getting points, so congratulations, everybody. There are not enough people, only 15 people, so everybody, as long as you finish, you will get points, so congrats. Petrol definitely has the speed on Nico through that corner. Petrol running wide, trying to see what he's going to do here. Ooh, looking to try and overtake. Is he going to back off coming to this section? No, he's not. Running close on that. Nico going to run that inside line, but Petrol's probably going to get the exit, but there's a little contact there. He runs wide. Oh, it looks like Vaffle's now lagging a little bit, and Petrol gets Nico on the inside, but it looks like Nico's going to get the over-under on him. Oh, it looks like they're neck and neck going down the straightaway. Petrol just a tad bit ahead, coming in the braking zone. Let's see what happens. Looks like Nico's definitely going to be able to carry a little bit more speed through this section. Oh, we're going 3 wide into the Melbourne hairpin. Petrol staying on the inside, definitely being able to close it off, though. That was crazy. Into the last, into the Goddard's hairpin. Nico trying to hold off now. Vaffle as Petrol pulls ahead. Vaffle pulling to the inside, the outside, trying to get the better entry line into turn 1. Side by side through that. Nico still trying to hold off Vaffle. Vaffle. Oh, that was close. Probably had to hit the brakes there from the looks of it. Into the old hairpin. Running wide. Let's see. Vaffle's still trying to push. He's pushing Nico. He just cannot seem to get around him, but he definitely has the speed over Nico. Hard on the brakes. Into McLean's. Into turn 8. And down the Starkey's straight. Oh, it looks like Robble's off the track. Ah, that's unfortunate for him. He was all the way in 9th. Now he's probably down into dead last, unfortunately. Into the chicane, and Vaffle's unfortunately off the track again, causing him more time. Ugh, that is unfortunate. It's just not his day. He just cannot get around Nico. Nico playing his lines very well. Moving back to the front of the race. We still have Haney way out in front by a good almost 11 seconds at this point. Tony's still in 3rd, or 2nd, or Tumas, I'm sorry, is in 2nd. Tony is in 3rd. Albert in 4th, and Megadeth in 5th. Pack is kind of spread out a little bit. Not a whole lot going on. Everyone's kind of doing their own thing, just kind of getting the race down. We're about almost halfway through this race, so people may start coming in for pits soon. We've had maybe 1 or 2 people pit. We had 1 person pit earlier. I think that was Petrol. He had that happen. He's taking the early pit strategies. Let's see how well it pays off for him. Yeah, not a whole lot going on right now, so I'll make some small talk. Hi, everybody. Once again, my name is Complex. This is round 5 of the ACRL GT3 EU Pro Race. Oh, now we got some action. Looks like El Gurke is going in for a pit here on lap would be 20 for him. And also looks like XO8's coming in for a pit. Both of them were able to abide by the pit speeds, so good on them. And these two, El Gurke and XO8, are exiting the pits right now. Luckily, no one's coming down the straightaway, so they're going to have a nice clean shot out of the pit lane, which is good. It looks like we got a little bit of gaining going on right now in the back here. Tomas and Tony are definitely gaining on each other. Who's doing what? All right, no one's hitting the pits this time around. We're going to see how many people. This is going to be interesting. Oh, it looks like Haney. Or no, is that Haney? Haney's in the pits. As well as Runes. So Haney taking his pit stop now. Leaving the pits, dropping down to 6th place. Right out front right now is Tomas. So our leader is Tomas. Tony is in 2nd, Albert in 3rd, and Megadeth in 4th. But these 4 have yet to pit. So it'll be interesting to see just when he's going to pit, because this pit strategy, these 4 have been very close to the entire race. They've kind of been going back and forth. So it'll be interesting to see who takes pits when, because that'll be a definite determining factor of who's going to be in what place. And coming into the Goddard U-turn. And it looks like Tomas is going to take his pit now, while everyone else stays out. So right now we have Albert Sultan and Tony and Albert Sultan taking the lead. McSultan's racing. Right behind him is Megadeth. Andy definitely catching up. Looks like Tomas lost his position to Haney, so Haney's definitely on the tear to get back his position now. It's most likely he will get it with the McSultan's racing team. Neither of them have yet to pit. Around Choppas down the straightaway into the S's. Turn 9. They're trying. My assumption at this point is that Tony and Albert are doing their best to get as much time out ahead as they can, because they know how long their pit stop's going to take, and it's going to cost them positions. We'll see here. Are they going to pit on this lap? Who's pitting? Looks like Tony's pitting. And Albert's staying out for another lap. One by one, they're shaving each other off. Interesting, nonetheless. And there comes Haney. Looks like Haney's going to take over the 3rd place position. Megadeth and Albert out in front right now. Neither of them have yet to pit. So I think we can safely assume that a number of them will be pitting in the coming laps, unless they're going full-blown hard tires and they're just going to do a drive-through, which is quite possible. Alright, we'll jump around here. Looks like Vaffel's taking a pit and had to reverse. There's a little battle going on here. Nico. Oh, looks like it's a 3-way. X08 Monolith. Monolith and GTO are fighting it out back here. X08 getting wide, going squirrely. I'm going to lose him a little bit. Or not. Looks like Monolith's trying to close the gap. Oh, he's running wide through that corner again. The patch has not treated him well, unfortunately. I feel bad for him.
through Cop Ice, through turn 8. Down the straightaway into turn 9, the S's.
Changing positions there. GTO right behind Monolith. Looking for something. Looks like Monolith trying to make a move. Not gonna happen this time around, but he's definitely gaining on EXO. Position changes. And we'll go back up here to the Monolith XO8 battle. XO8 running very wide through that corner. Probably going to give Monolith here the chance to pass, which he did. Sounds like we might have a minor accident. I could be wrong. Gurke ran wide through that corner from the looks of it, as his teammate Monolith is catching up quite quickly. On the back, it looks like GTO is going to try and make a move on EXO8 as well. They're gaining on each other quite quickly. GTO getting a little squirrely there coming out of the chicane, or the S's. XO8 trying to make a move on Monolith from the looks of it. And back up front. Looks like there's a slight battle between Tony and Albert. But not a whole lot to report there. Look at the numbers here. Small field, but a close field. Definitely made for some action-packed racing, for sure. XO8 still lagging about a bit. Someone must be either watching or downloading F1. Not a good idea. XO8 looks like he's still gaining on Monolith a little bit. See what happens coming down on the S's. Well, you can't tell where he is because he's teleporting around. Kind of fun to watch. Into the Melbourne hairpin. XO8 desperately trying to make up some time here. Monolith. Across the line. Lap 26, or 25, I'm sorry. Is our lead lap. Let's see. Not a whole lot to comment on right now because there's not a whole lot going on. GTO Fire is still trying to see if he can gain some time up on EXO. Into the S's, XO8 still trying to put some pressure on Monolith. He probably needs to roll a little quicker, get up on his tail a little closer. Did he get a little? It looked like he got a slightly better exit out of the chicane there, coming into the Melbourne hairpin. Into the Goddard's hairpin. The Ferrari definitely has a speed advantage. Oh, excuse me. Holy crap. XO8 running a little wide, trying to go carry as much speed through that corner as possible. GTO Fire right behind him as well. Coming to turn 1. XO8 trying to keep GTO out of his draft. GTO getting a little squirrely, right on board here with GTO. See what happens. XO8 pulling away. Through the gears, through turn 8, into turn 9. Sorry, this is turn 8. I need to get my corners right. Andrews Williams out there in 8th place all by his lonesome self. Most boring award will probably go to him, unfortunately. Still a 1, 2, 3rd and 4th place for Tony and Albert. Petrol still by himself. So it looks like most of the action's back here in the back of the pack, surprisingly. Haney still out in front with a 12-second lead. We're going to jump back with GTO Fire, trying to put some pressure on XO8. Well, it looks like these guys up front are getting closer together. Tony and Albert, but like I said, we'll focus back here on GTO Fire. Okay, it looks like GTO Fire has some issues coming through that first section because XO8 pulls ahead of him almost every single lap, and then the second half of the course, GTO Fire just has a tendency to, you know, gain on him, but just not enough to get around him. It's interesting to see. Oof, really throwing that car through his turns. Oh, getting a little back end. I saw a little bit of countersteer there, trying to keep the car in check. Through the chicanes, or the S's, into the Melbourne hairpin. XO8 still trying to put some pressure on Monolith. Oh, GTO running wide, unfortunately. Back to the front of the pack. Again, no changes up here. Looks like Tony and Albert still just hanging on to their positions because they may just take the 3-4 and just call it a day. That's a nice hefty sum of points, which is good. Megadeth runs on our top 5. Rune. 6th place chasing after Megadeth. Petrol again by his lonesome self. Right behind him is Anders, though. Anders looks to maybe be gaining on Petrol, so we got about 10 laps to go here. It'll be interesting to see how they if Anders is going to be able to catch up to Petrol, so we'll keep an eye out on that one. Then we have a battle back here. XO8, GTO Fire, Baffle just chugging along at the end of the day. Not many incidents, though. It looks like Haney's catching up to Baffle, so we're going to have some lap traffic here soon. All along with Anders right now. Let's see what kind of time he's putting down, if anything. Unless... Sure. For a brief moment, it looked as if Anders was an actual lap behind and everybody else was, but I don't think that's entirely the case, so please excuse me, I have the dumb. Let's see what kind of times these guys are putting down. Metro coming lost the line, 39.7. The difference between him, 42.8. Bringing up a calculator here, we're gonna do some math. So it looks like Anders is only about half, 3 seconds behind. We'll follow along for one more lap. We'll see if he's actually gaining time. So be a definite battle to watch. Well, keep that in mind. 3.1 seconds. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I brought up a calculator midstream. These are things that I am doing. And in the S's. My gut feeling is that Anders is catching up to Petrol. It's just a gut feeling, as most of these cameras are now seems to be gaining on Petrol. Petrol did pit early, so it is quite possible that his tires are starting to feel the effects of that. They're both running a set of mediums, so Anders definitely has more tread on his tires than Petrol. So here we go. That magic number was 3.1. So it is now 43. Oops. 43.7 minus 41.2. So he's definitely gaining. On Petrol. So Andrew's definitely gaining on Petrol. We're gonna jump back here, see if there's anything else going on. X08 still cannot seem to catch up to Monolith. Megadeth still where he's at, Albert still where he's at, Tony still where he's at, Tuma still where he's at, and Haney just out in front by a good 15 odd seconds. So I think we're gonna watch here is probably see if Anders can keep the pressure on Petrol, because he is definitely gaining with every lap by a good half second. And I'm pretty sure Petrol is well aware of the looming Ferrari that is sitting behind him, as it has a very distinct sound that pierces your eardrums and drives you crazy, along with the brakes, which sounds like nails on a chalkboard. We still have 8 laps to go here. These two are going to just be crossing over on to lap 32. So we're going to see if Petrol can actually hold off Anders for a whole 8 laps. He's got a little bit of breathing room, but you can definitely tell he's slowing down because his tires are definitely not holding, or not gripping as much as they were. Guess that's what happens when you pit early. Good strategy to get some places potentially, but it could really hurt you in the long game. It's just getting closer and closer with every lap. We're going to jump on board with Anders here. Brakes. Ooh, look at that Ferrari go. He's definitely got that thing under control. Holy crap.
they're down to a full second. So Anders has managed to shave off another second and a half. Looking around here, we'll see who else is here. I'm just kind of running through the numbers. So it doesn't look like there's much anything going on. So the closest battle is probably going to be Petrol and Anders coming into the final. Like I said, I'm only looking for... Let's see here, lap 33. We're going to see if the Mercedes can hold off the Ferrari. It's definitely going to be a battle down to the wire here. First place just turned over to lap 34. So these guys got 6 laps to go. An annoying bee of a car that is the 458 sound pack is definitely starting to ring in Petrol's ears at this point. It is an unmistakable sound. You will not miss it at all. Because it's annoying as hell, is basically what I'm trying to say. Not that much difference between them at this point. Ever closer and closer and closer he gets. Let's bring that up again. 45. Down to 0.8 of a second. We just shaved off another 0.2 on that lap. Anders pushing hard. Petrol going to be doing everything in his power to try and keep Anders at bay. Those curves. Watch it, Petrol. We're going to penalize you for that. Coming to the Melbourne hairpin. Anders just every lap gaining more and more time on Petrol. Coming in this lap is lap 35 for these guys that will be going on. So they got 5 laps to go. It's going to be interesting to see if these two Titans will be able to see who's got the better lines and be able to hold off who. Not a whole lot of room for passing on this track. Only a few real specific spots since this track flows together so well. It'll be definitely something interesting to behold when overtakes attempt to happen. Petrol running a little, taking that inside a little hairy there. Could cost him some time. Anders doing his best to gain. Through turn 7. Down the straightaway, into the S's. Uh-oh, Petrol running a little wide there. Yeah, and Anders might have as well. Looks like he dropped back a little bit. On board now with Anders. Yeah, Anders definitely lost some time there. Going into lap 36, they only got four laps left after this one, so Anders is pressing this Ferrari hard. Oh yeah, he lost a lot of time. He gained a whole 0.8 of a second, so that's going to keep Petrol at bay. Sorry, that's going to keep Anders at bay from Petrol for at least a little while. Oh, it looks like we have another battle going on up here between Megadeth and Rooms. S's, coming to the S's. I forget when exactly each of them pitted, but they're definitely on the same type of, same lap. Tire set, I should say. Coming into the Melbourne hairpin. Ooh, he's gonna have to back off a little bit. Just to give you an update on first place. First place is ahead by a full 17 seconds. Coming into turn 1. Britt. Regate? Turn 1. Runes, both of them getting a little rear ends out a little bit. Running over that rumble strip. Looks as if Megadeth's still trying to hold off Runes coming into the old hairpin. Runes run a little wide. Into turn 7, into turn 8. Looks like Rune's falling back just a tad bit. Back a little bit of update on this one. Petrol and Andrews, they're gaining on each other. Andrews is gaining on Petrol again. This is going to come down to the wire. First place is on lap 38. So coming into this, we've got 2 laps to go. I think. Breaks into the Goddard's hairpin. Lap 38. Runes still keeping right on the tail of Petrol. Jumping on board now with Rune. This is going to be a battle down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. The old hairpin. Losing a little bit of ground there on Petrol. I'm sorry, on Megadeth. Anders still trying to get back that lost time on Petrol. And to turn 7 or 8. Once again on board with Runes again. Let's see what happens here. First place is probably going to get onto their final lap. Shortly, yeah, looks like I think it's his final lap now. Rune's gonna try and go for the over-under as Megadeth defends the inside, but doesn't look like it's gonna work out. And Megadeth's gonna pull away, got a better exit speed out of that corner. But into the Goddard hairpin. Wide, Rune's taking the inside. Oh, almost some contact there, but looks like that. Haney out in front. We're going to stay on this one. Back to the outside. I think this is the last lap, ladies and gentlemen, so this is going to be it for this. We're going to see who's going to be able to pull this off. Looks like it's another battle between Petrol and Anders back there, so we're going to have to watch that one closely as well. But coming into this, looks like Rune is really going to try and gun for Megadeth here on this last lap. Close racing by all here right at the end. Rune's trying to make a move on the inside. Megadeth closing him off. Rune getting a little wide there. Wrong button. Down the straightaway, into the S's. Haney. Looks like he has finished. This is our final lap. I'm pretty sure some Megadeth trying to hold off. Rune's here right at the end. Coming into the Goddard hairpin. Let's see what he's going to do. is there a last-minute bomb? Any contact? No. Clean racing by all. That's what we like to see here. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more lap to go. So this is still anybody's game. Petrol and... Oh, man. We got two battles we got to watch here. Megadeth and Rune back and forth, as well as Petrol and Anders. This one's a little bit closer right now, so we're going to stick with this one because this is for 5th place. Rune going wide, losing some position on Megadeth. Coming into turns 6 and 7. Out on the brakes, you can hear all that backfiring going on. Into turn 8. Oof, this is definitely exciting. Looks like Rune's unfortunately is losing some ground there. On Megadeth. On board now with Rune. Final 2 corners. Hard on the brakes. Who's going to get the better exit corner speed? Looks like it's going to be Megadeth. Into the final Goddard hairpin. And it looks like Megadeth is going to be able to hold off Rune. Great racing by all there, so we got to jump back here to between Petrol and Anders because there's another battle going on. Back and forth they've been going, so this is their last lap as well. Let's see if there's any move here on the last corner. Oh, Petrol. Close, but closes the door there on Anders. Close racing by all. Very good work. And let's see if we have anything else going on in the background. Monolith, XO8, ETO Fire, and Nico. A little bit of battle going on here. We'll see. They got 2 more corners to go, so we'll follow them up. See what happens. Coming through into the Goddard hairpin. Let's see if GTO can hold off Nico. It looks like he's going to be able to, so that'll finish off that. And behind him is Vaffel, followed by El Gurke. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll run down your top racers. First place, we got Haney, followed by Tumas, Antonio, your pole position. So congrats to them, followed up by Albert, Megadeth, Rune, Petrol, Anders, Monolith, XO8, GTO Fire, Nico, Vaffel, and El Gurke. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Complex. This was round 5 of the ACRL EU Pro here at Donington. Be sure to tune in about, what time is it? It's 4:35, 36, 37, 30. Yeah, turn in about 3.5 hours to see the NA race here at Donington. I will actually be participating in that one. But until then, good luck.